R. Wheeler III, the artist, the founder, the president of the ONYXCON Foundation, 501c3 nonprofit arts and creative lifestyle organization. Here to always help you live your best art life, creative life, inspired life, progressive, positive life, uplifting life, life with options to the norm, boundaries set though, because we don't do it for the culture, because there's not one culture. We do it for the cultures. And where we intersect, where the cultures intersect with ONYXCON is where you find us. Where it goes on into other lanes that ain't got nothing to do with us, you won't find us. This is ONYXCON, and I am your host, the Silver Fox, Swaggosaurus Rex, Joseph R. Wheeler the third. ATLian to the fullest. Peace up, A-Town down. What's happening? What it is, what it ain't, what it gonna be like. Look, y'all, I got a lot of topics. We're gonna chop it up like I always do when I go live. We're gonna chop it up. Chop, chop, chop. And most of the topics today deal with, let me see. They intertwine, but there's a couple of things in particular I want to talk about. And I guess I'll start with how I kind of started my day. Some of the first stuff I saw, you know how they say you shouldn't roll over and look at your phone immediately and all this. I got around to finally watching. I'm about to forget the name just as quick as I was about to say it. On Netflix, it's the big, y'all gonna know what I'm talking about, because it got so many views when it first came out that it's such a big deal. You'll know what I'm talking about. But it was the Netflix special about social media and how it affects human minds, and it was literally them interviewing a bunch of people that used to work for and who actually helped craft Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Reddit, like all the big ones, all the real big social media networks, right? All the platforms. And that was. I'll be honest. I mean, people hyped that thing up so big when it first came out, that I felt bad that I didn't have Netflix at the time, and I put it off because I didn't really care. I just wanted to get around to it when I could afford to have Netflix in addition to everything else, because I'm one of those people on a fixed budget who's honest about my budget. I don't play with it. It ain't about what nobody else think of me. I know what I got to do every month, every week, every day. So none of them opinions of a whole bunch of strangers don't matter to me about what they think about my finances, right? So I didn't have Netflix for a while, but I recently got it back in the last few months. So I've been catching up on a whole bunch of old stuff. And 26 in the building. Can y'all hear me? Let me make sure. Get some thumbs up if you can hear my voice. Check the audio up in this thing. Turn my speakers up. Like I'm a rapper in the booth, you know what I'm saying? Can you hear me? 26, can you hear me? Thumbs up if you can hear me. Let me know. Let me know you can hear me. Where my real ones at? Where my monetization nation? Where my people who support ONYXCON, all right? And so okay, y'all got me concerned if y'all can hear me for real. Because, I mean, something wrong with you. It's 26. We need at least one thumbs up, one human heartbeat. The rest of them can be robots. I understand how it is out here. Can you hear me? Okay. Yeah, we got the goofies in the building today. But anyway, to all my real ones later on now that hear me, it's all good. There they go. Thank you. So, as I was saying, I was watching this thing and I was like, it was brilliantly done. I think my favorite part of it was the segues where they would cut away and have the actors. And me being an actor, I was like, oh, it would have been fun to be on this thing right here. But they did the cutaway and they were showing, the characters act out like they're in a lab watching people's moves on their phone and tempting them to push the buttons and hit the like buttons and send the emojis and do all the different stuff that's going to add up to them getting their ad dollars, because it comes down to that. And they explain, what's obvious. Anybody who don't know that is just totally aloof to what it is. Anytime anything is free to use, it's not free to use. You are the product, as they said, and they're selling your time to advertisers. that want to tempt you to go, oh snap, they got a sale at Amazon. Oh snap, they got a sale over at Wally World. Oh snap, I need to go get them shoes. Oh man, I didn't even know that was out. Let me go get this. Keep you constantly in a state of FOMO, you know, fear of missing out, as they say. So it was well done in that regard. I think the interviews were a little stale, and that made it kind of boring at times as I was watching it. But for the most part, I see why people liked it, because I think a lot of people just never looked at what they're doing when they pick up their phones and go on all these different platforms for what it is and what it can be. And I think the dystopic final conclusion was a little, just a tad bit exaggerated, because they, in so many words, felt like, you know, the way social media is right now could be the end of humanity. And I was like, no, not that alone. There's too many other factors that could play into a total demise of humanity as a whole. Way too many other things. I wouldn't go that far. I wouldn't say there's not a part. Definitely. All this, you know, the oversaturation of technological everything has in some ways weakened the human experience. But I'm not one that thinks that that's just the end of us completely. No, I wouldn't go that far. There's so much more to add to that gumbo of crisis, I swear. But I did check it out, and I'm glad I did. And so then turn around, and I was looking at, you know, they say you shouldn't grab your phone in the morning. I always say to that, look, I just do it in my own time, because I'm gonna do it, because it's like, it's work hours for me. It's like, I do this. So the first thing I want to know is how many more subscribers, how many more people liked what they liked, you know, how that coincides with what I like, because I'm gonna still put out what I want the world to know about, even if it's less popular. And for that alone, I know I'm doing the difference in what they were talking about in that documentary on YouTube, because in so many words, they were saying people chasing the like. I don't chase the like. If you like it, great. If I find out that something I'm doing is extremely likable, like I have videos that have went semi-viral and stuff, then yeah, it's good to know, because that stuff I like too. Anything you see here in one way or another is either something I'm interested in, analyzing, or that I like personally, and that I know my audience would like, because people who know me and people who've supported ONYXCON tend to like the things that I champion. So it's gonna win. If you're here for what you're here for, you gonna like what we doing. That's just how that goes. What's up? Eyes on the prize. What's happening? I see you. So, you know, that's my approach to it. That's my approach. And I just think that a lot of people don't do that. They just literally let go of themselves and try to be a bunch of other people to everybody else, trying to be something to everybody, and that's where they mess up. Like, you can't be nothing but you. No matter what, you can't be nothing but you. Once you stick into that plan, you're gonna be all right. As soon as you get away from that, it's gonna get weird. And I personally have been through that in my own minor ways. Like, I've had times where I'm like, oh man, like there might be something, like I say, all of it is something either I research, have an interest in, or it's genuinely I'm just fascinated with something. It's like one of the things I enjoy, so I made that part of the content. But like, there are some things that are less important to me than others. And for instance, when I do rant reaction videos to stuff that I think is absolutely ridiculous, whatever, I'm sure there's people who would love for this whole channel to be about that, because I've had some of my biggest numbers come from that. But it exhausts me mentally, emotionally, spiritually, etc. Because I'm sitting there after, I feel exhausted, like, man, I done let all these natural chemicals in war mode conjure up in me, because I'm pissed off and I'm giving all that fever in a video. And then it's like, if the numbers don't, I mean, even if the numbers were exceptional, to have to do that every day, you know, it's like being Lil Jon back when he was yelling. And you notice now, Lil Jon, you got to pay him to do that. He ain't gonna do that. He is not doing it no more. When he was building his fame and crunk at the time, that's what he got known for. But he was blowing his dang voice, I'm sure, all the time, going hoarse, creating medical issues. Like, it gets to a point you're like, oh, wait a minute. Hell no. So, you know, like they say, it takes less muscles to smile than it does to frown. So my focus is on whatever makes me grin more. let me go that direction, even if it don't get the same numbers. But that's the sacrifice you make when you know you being your true self. Because eventually other real people who want to smile gonna come around. They're gonna be like, yeah, man, I want to see that happier stuff. I want to see that good stuff. I mean, you know, we balance it out. Life is life, but I'm saying dwelling in the dismal, no. I'm gonna acknowledge when it's time to acknowledge. I'm gonna express myself when it's time to express myself on those levels. You know, if I feel disarray with something, whatever, I'm gonna break it down. But I'm not gonna make my whole channel about that. I mean, because you gotta post here. If you do this for real, you have to post every day. That's the formula. All my YouTube friends, all the people I admire who I've watched and talk about it, they all say you gotta post something every day. And it's not hard once you get in the rhythm of it, if you're doing it the way I'm doing it. And that's why I'm encouraging more and more people to do what I call a multi-niche channel. If you want to do YouTube, do a multi-niche channel. Now they're gonna tell you the opposite. Why? After I watched that documentary, man, I was completely confident of my format. Because that documentary on YouTube, what they shared and how they were talking to the people who make the algorithm, I said, oh, it all makes sense. My theory was proven. I've always said the only reason they tell us to do multi-niche is, I mean, not to do multi-niche, to just focus on one thing, make your channel about one thing and post about that one thing. Man, that ain't how human minds work. And they know that. Because when they're dealing with their advertisers, they got how many different products and things, but they want to be able to align the products with certain pages, knowing that, oh yeah, Tommy and Jessica and Mary always post about hair products. So yeah, all our hair advertisers, we just put them over there automatically. We ain't got to worry about them getting sales because we already know that's all they ever talking about. They're forcing you to do the work for them. No, hell no. I'm going to be me and you work around me, mofo. You ain't even pay. You got me up here trying to, I can't even enjoy this process. I'm going to be stressed out. No, that don't make no kind of sense. I tell everybody, do multi-niche channels. Let's force them. Let's be our own algorithm without even being computers, just being regular human beings. Teach the algorithm and the companies how they got to treat us. Do you, all of you, if you get up one morning and you got a channel all about ice cream, but you see your ass getting fat, you're like, God damn, man, I can't keep eating ice cream every day. Hell no, you can't. Not like, no. And I love ice cream. Went through some stages with ice cream. I went through a stage where I couldn't eat, or I thought I couldn't eat dairy. Then I realized I need to be eating dairy. That's a whole nother story. I've told some of it here before, but I'm not gonna go on a tangent. My point is simple. It's like, yo, you can't do certain things. It's gonna exhaust you. But if you're not one-track minded, like most people are not, you got other things going on in life that you might find interesting, that you know other people would find interesting. It would behoove you. It's okay. Do you. To hell with that mess. They're telling you to do one niche because, like I said, it makes it easier for them. They ain't making it easier for us, though. They ain't making it easier for us to get monetized. I got over 1,000 subscribers. Thank you to all of y'all. Much respect to all my real ones that subscribe. I got my 1,200 plus. I'm working on my 2,000. We gonna get 5. We gonna get 10. We gonna get 100,000. We gonna get all. We gonna do it. We gonna do it because it's a harder path. But ain't nothing in my life ever come easy. That's just how it is. That's the art life. That's why I say this real art life. You a real creative, it ain't gonna be easy. You doing what everybody else is doing, and you hating yourself. Like, man, I'm not. You know, you got women in the biz, singers, dancers, actors, whatever. They not hoes, but they know, hey, if I play a hoe, I'm fine, I'm pretty, I'll get attention quick, I'll get a lot of money quick. Girls that don't even want to show themselves and expose themselves, they all on OnlyFans doing just that. You could do other things on OnlyFans. That's not the only thing. That's not what it was even made for. It was just, that's what it became for. That's what people popularized it and use it for. So it's like, you got a choice to make in anything. It's like, yo, wait a minute, does this even align with my ethics and who the hell I am? If it don't do it. And the more of us be on that tip, they're gonna realize, hey man, people are tired of not being healthy and having physical and mental issues because of how they interact with social media. They are literally giving themselves in a different way now. They're showing, I like when I find a girl. I mean, I'm not gonna be a hypocrite. If I like sexy ladies, if I like, I do. I love following a lot of fine ass IG type model girls, right? But I love when I find one who is not being the ditz or playing the ditz. Like, some of them just are ditz. They are ditzy. But a lot of them girls ain't dumb at all. College graduate, the whole nine, right? So when they express themselves, in addition to showing how sexy they are, oh man, that's the quickest way to get a follow from me. Because anybody can be sexy out here. That's literally 10 out of 12. You know what I'm saying? For whatever your taste are. Somebody would just say 12 for 12 for 12 because it don't matter. It just any woman would do for them. But I got my taste. I got what I like. And it's a broad range, but it's still specific. So like I say, 10 out of 12 gonna be fine, but then 1 out of 10 gonna have a brain and express it. When they do that, ooh, now I'm sliding in your DMs with purpose. since all these ladies out here dating with purpose. Yeah. We can get down to purpose when you show that brain. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? That's what I need. For real. That's how it gets to the other kind of brain. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Sapiosexual. Entice that brain and then the rest will follow, I promise. Always works. I enjoy eye candy quick. It's the first response. So yeah, you gotta be pretty. You gotta be something to me visually. But then let's open that mouth. What's going on? What you thinking? We got another dumbass. Next. Oh, wait a minute. She's a thinker. Uh-oh. Funny thing about that is they usually taken. It's all right. I know the hustle. The boyfriend's the one in the videos for the one holding the cameras. It's whatever, man. Hey, it is what it is. It is what it is most of the time. But say all of that to say some more about another topic that kind of relates in a whole nother way about people being different ways and thinking they got to do certain things on camera and be a certain way. So I see this young guy, I don't know his name, and I probably wouldn't shout it out if I did, because I don't want to. It's like some things I pick and choose who I want to bring light to, who I want to help get more numbers. Because if I'm not feeling it and I think it's detrimental, I'm more than likely ain't gonna mention a name, but I'll describe it to a point that if you already are aware because the person is going viral all the time, then you gonna probably know who I'm talking about anyway. They don't need one more person saying their damn name, but there's this kid. Now, if it was somebody I really need to make an exact point and the name is big enough, I would say it. But this one is honestly one of those that he's got numbers. He's like, this boy is like, I was on TikTok, and we don't even use our TikTok heavily, but I decided I was gonna post something today, so I went over and did a little TikToking or whatever, and I'm looking, and first thing, you know, they throw stuff at you as soon as you open it up, and you be trying to I'm just trying to get in here and post. I'm not really trying to look at it. They just throwing stuff. So I love some travel, and it's a young black guy, 20-something years old, got a big fro. Most of the time he got it braided down. Reminded me of when I was young. I used to have hair like that. I used to have the braids, all that good stuff. Hereditary bald spot kicked in, and I let it catch up with the rest of it. Clean the slate. We good. I done it all. I got no shame. I don't have to miss nothing about hair. As long as this stay intact, I'm gonna be all right. You know what I'm saying? Because as far as hair on the top, I'm good. It's like, hey, I had that time. My high school years was good. My college years was incredible. And after college, even that, most of that 20s and 30s was amazing. I did all kind of funky stuff with my hair. So anyway, I see this and I'm like, I say all that because I know as soon as you have any critique of anyone these days, oh, he just jealous because he old, he lost his hair. No, dumbass. I had more hair than this child when I was his age. I done it all. It ain't about that. What frustrated me was he had the potty mouth like, yo, I cuss too. I don't have no problem with people cussing. I got a problem with the ratchet factor of black folk using the N-word all the damn time. I'm sick of it. And the way we use it for us, you know, to end it with the A, that's supposed to be a term. As I always say, it never sounds endearing somehow. Like every time, it's always passive, restrictive, combative, or downtrodden, trying to down somebody. That's the only ways it is typically used when most black folks say it amongst each other. So now, if this don't apply to you, don't feel privy to you ain't at the barbecue. But take note, since everybody loves to take note on what black folk think, because we set the tone for all popular culture. I repeat again, we set the tone for all popular culture. Everything that's cool starts with us. Everything that might get cool gets finished with us. I said that for stuff that didn't start with us, but once we get a hold of it, suddenly everybody notices it. And that's giving credit to other cultures that create stuff too. But once we take a hold of it, oh, suddenly everybody notices and wants to do it. That's the history of humanity. Why? Because we are the root. But that's a whole nother deeper topic. I'm not trying to get into genetics with y'all. If you don't know, read a book. Don't go to AI for everything, because it might be off. Because it was created by biased human beings. Sometimes AI be right the hell on. And sometimes it be a little bit off, because it's like Wikipedia. It's a bunch of people's input trying to come to the truth. Sometimes mostly true, not so much some other time. But I give it credit. Most of the time it be on point. When it's on point, it's on point. Right? So this kid is like, he's one of these that remind me of somebody. He might be from the South, because I swear he got a cadence to his voice remind me of. Matter of fact, yes, he is. I looked it up on the top of his page. He was from Memphis. Okay, so now if you really know who I'm talking about, you know. But he travels and he lives, I guess, most of his time, if not permanently, he may have completely, become a total expat and lives in Thailand, which is dope. I haven't been to Thailand yet. It's on my list. Gotta definitely go there. I've been to Malaysia. Sure did. It was my first passport stamp. Amazing enough. Been to Mexico, been to Dominican Republica. República Dominicana. Let me say it right. So anyway, I'm saying I'm making treks. I'm gonna make my moves. I'm catching up to where I could have been if I had known what I know about life now in my 20s and 30s. But no regrets in that regard. It is what it is. I wouldn't be mature in other ways I am now if I hadn't had the experiences I had. But what annoys, like I said about this kid, he 20-something, he's bragging about how, he lives and he's on an affordable budget in Thailand. And I'm loving that, because that's exactly what I want to do someday, is live abroad and take y'all with me and more vlogs and travel and enjoy. I'm all about that. I really am, right? What I do not like and what I don't tolerate is that, like I say, that N-word this, N-word that, and cussing in a certain way, and doing it. And what I really hate is flippantly doing it in front of mixed company. This ain't even the backyard barbecue with black folk. This is you internationally representing somebody and don't even know. And no, one person doesn't represent a whole, but let's be real. Let's be real. When you are the minority in a room and you step into said room and other people are trying to figure out who you are, where you're from, because you stand out like a sore thumb because you're different. You're the other. Like, oh man, we don't get a lot of that over here. What is that? Who is that? Where is he from? Where is she from? People gonna try and read you. Naturally, that's what we all as human beings do. It's natural. It's nothing weird about it. And for you to, represent, you running your mouth, I know the format because I do it. I do YouTubing. And if you got he's solo by himself when he's doing most of it. So you're holding your camera or whatever. And he up here, he's in this temple that is totally built out of wood in Thailand. It's absolutely gorgeous. First time I've ever seen this was in his video. I give him credit. So he's got good content in the sense of what he's showing. But what makes it pathetic content is you got to deal with his wretched ass mouth through the whole process. And I'm like, man, if this child don't shut up, man, like what? Why everything got to be a in this and a cuss bomb? And can you just talk, dude? Like, are you that immature? Yes, yeah, he 20-something years old, ignorant and from the hood probably. Or would claim he from a hood even if he ain't from a hood, because, it's cooler to be from a hood than to be from a two-parent nice home where he might actually be from. Who knows what his situation may have been. But he talking all this, and near, and near. Ooh, look at it, near. Oh, man, this is beautiful, near. I ain't, man, these nears doing some, man, look at what these near done been. Calling the other people nears, and he's the near, and you little ignorant gremlin, shut up, man. What the funk is wrong with y'all? You get to an age, where you just done heard it all your life. You like, man, damn. When y'all gonna grow up? When you gonna realize this is why some people, not everybody, consider you the laughingstock of the human existence, because you say you want all this respect, but you don't lead with respect. Nothing about that is respectful, man. That's not universally respected. It's not. You want to think it is because so many people are getting paid doing it. So many big names are getting paid doing it. But it's funny, if you really look at those who are doing that, like your Megan Thee Stallions and your Cardi B's and all that. Cardi B didn't get up on that damn podium when she was speaking on behalf of who should have won the last election. Shout out, much respect. Yes, indeed. If you don't like it, get the hell off here, because we ain't with them MAGA maggots. Not over here. I said what I said. Hashtag MAGA maggots. That's what I call them. That's what I said. Damn it, that's what I said for myself. Views and opinions expressed by yours truly do not necessarily reflect those of ONYXCON's affiliates, associates, sponsors, etc. But that stand on mine 20 feet down. How about that? But when Kamala had Cardi on the stage, you notice Cardi can't talk without saying B. She did it that night. So it's possible. It's possible. It's a choice. And they choose to act ignorant. It's a gimmick. And that's what pisses me off about ratchetness. I don't like that shit. I don't like being ratchet at all times. I don't like that oh gosh, have mercy. That farce fantasy that you can act like you in the hood, in the Section 8 apartments, in the projects, in the PJs, in the whatevers, in the whatever hood of hoods, anywhere in the world, and it'll be all right. No, you cannot. And it's embarrassing, it's disgusting, and it's non-representative of all black people, because we are not the same. This is why I constantly say, not for the culture, for the cultures, plural, with a Z or with an S. Because damn it, whatever everybody else is doing, I ain't on no bandwagons. I'm doing what I'm doing. If it intersects at certain places, well, will you do this? Will you do that? Yeah. Because we talk about hip-hop culture, fool, I'm damn near as old as hip-hop. So I'm of the cultures, plural. But that don't mean everything that happened and got labeled hip-hop is what I do. It's like, I hate that. I hate that. I tell you, y'all, you know, it's pretty simple what I'm saying here. As I was saying, you cannot, or you should not, because people gonna do what they're gonna do. Like the older I get, I realize, it's like young energy for the most part, not everybody. Some folk was raised right, so they understand how to listen to their elders, and they understand that when you do listen to people who have more experience than you, that life can be sweeter, and that you can do much better than your peers most times, because if you got people who actually care about you, now that's the difference. If you've been surrounded by older folk who never got mature too, then yeah, that's a problem. Don't listen to nothing they got to say, because they fools too. But if you got somebody older in your life that's telling you the truth and trying to keep you from making the same mistakes they made, it would behoove, damn it. That's my word, y'all. It would behoove you to pay attention, to go with that option, because they know better what to do. They know better what makes sense. They've already done the damn legwork, went through the pain, and they saying, man, around that corner is some pain. You don't want that pain, physically or mentally. They trying to help you avoid the nonsense. And young folk gonna still do what they gonna do. Now, and mistakes gonna get made, but that's, hey, older folk gonna do what we gonna do. We gonna keep warning you if we give a damn. Some of us, like myself, we gonna keep giving you the warning. We gonna keep telling you, hey man, I wouldn't do that if I was you. Don't do that. Do this, And knowing that most ain't gonna listen, but we ain't even worrying about the majority. We looking at the ones of us who give a real care, we gonna say it for those who would listen, And I just think it's interesting, because I can remember when some of the people I follow or look at on YouTube who do overseas travel used to make these videos where they were really getting concerned about the Pookies, as they call them. They say, man, the Pookies and the Ray Rays is coming. And some folks would say, no, they're not. They're not coming, man. They're not coming because they can't afford either. There's two reasons why the Pookies and the Ray Rays ain't coming. And first of all, let me define that. Now, those are terms, if you're not familiar, that are like common nicknames in the hood, in poor, less disenfranchised communities of black folk especially. It's not even a poor Latin thing. I don't know. But here's the funny thing about a Pookie and Ray Ray. There's whatever the Latin nickname would be in a Mexican neighborhood, in a Dominican neighborhood, in a Puerto Rican neighborhood, in a Cuban neighborhood, whatever, all Latinos. Y'all got words too for little badass kids, and especially boys that's acting up, right? Ones that was misled, ain't got no daddies typically, because there's the biggest problem in general. The lack of fatherdom is the reason for every major crisis that is going on, and poor mothering too. But it's a major factor to mention the father element, because even with the poor mother situation, if she's the only thing they ever knew, they'll still be mama's boys. If the daddy wasn't there, they'll still end up mama boys. So being a real father, whether you've broken up, I have nothing against divorce. I have nothing against, because I'm divorced, hell, but I don't have no kids either. You know what I'm saying? But I know plenty of people who do, and I have to, and I'm a part of the equation of helping people who are in that reality. So I know, as an uncle especially, what that is, you know, with single moms and stuff going on out here, right? So I respect that people have different situations, but it's how mature you handle it. And when you don't handle it, then it's the same as being, you know, a deadbeat dad. When you're not handling it correctly, when you're not being respectful, when you're not confessing to your mistakes and vouching for the fact that you done messed up in ways that will affect not only your life but your children's lives. You know, it's serious business. So I got a lot of thoughts on that, but so that's where the Pookie and Ray Ray phrase comes from, because that's where I just want to break that down real quick before I get into it. So a lot of travel channels, like black travel channels, young and old, like guys in their 20s, guys my age, would be talking about this and saying, man, you know, we got to be concerned, because the more we make this seem popular and cool to do, and people start realizing they can have an affordable lifestyle in other countries, man, the Pookies and the Ray Ray gonna start getting they passports and stuff. And the counter reaction to that would typically often be, no, they're not, because if they've been living wild for too long and misled for too long, they done got caught up with the law, they're in the legal system. Lord forbid, they've been in the prison industrial complex. So if they got a record, they can't get a passport because they create laws on purpose. Like, they let you screw your life up and think that, you know, I'll just do my time, get out, and then change. No. You messed it up for life. Like, now, by law, you can't travel. By law, you can't vote. By law, this, that, and the other. Now, with the voting, by the way, I've heard back when the election thing was going on, that's not completely true. For certain types of cases and certain kind of strikes against young men and women, you can still vote. You need to, so I don't know what that is specifically, but look into that if this is the first time you're hearing it. Because honestly, I didn't hear it till this year. I thought automatically, yeah, once somebody got a record, that's it. That's how they get you. They got you fried. You can't participate in the democratic process and all that. Not true. In certain states, there are provisions. And like I say, I don't know specifics. I just remember hearing it on election night when folk it was not even election night. It was like days before. And I was looking at something. I think I was looking at Roland Martin. Check out Roland Martin. Roland is the man. Much respect to Roland Martin. ROLAND Martin. That's the man. Respect to Roland Martin. I think it was his show and one of his guests. They were breaking that down. But anyway, so the bottom line is, but the real bottom line is your mentality. You can travel. You can get a passport. Anybody can go if you got the money. Anybody can go if you can figure out the discounted flight, whatever. It's not even discount. Whatever your money can do what you can do, right? In a culture or cultures, because like I said, it's for the, you know, it's the way to be. You know, they think it's the way to be. They think, you know, wearing the pants off the ass, talking all loud, want to be center of attention, and there's a time and a place for everything, y'all. There's a time and a place for everything, y'all. Time and a place. You at the club with your friends? Turn up. Shit, at any age. As silver as I am. I go with my boys. I don't even drink. Must right there with it. Let's go. Turn the funk up. It's time. This is the time and the place, right? Hell yeah. Girlie on my lap, shake a little something. All of that, and then some. For sure. Please believe. Yeah, it's the time and the place. But if I'm in Malaysia, if I'm in Thailand, if I'm in another country, if I'm down the street from where, you know, you're not at the club, you're not at your residence, you're not at, hell, you're just in the grocery store, like, man, yo, other people can hear what you're saying. Why are you talking so loud? Because you want to be heard, talking about some ignorant situation you going through. Somebody call you on the phone, you cussing all out. I can't stand people like that. Somebody pull up at the gas station. bumping loud as hell. I ain't got no problem with having some knock in your car. I got a problem with keep it on the expressway, man. Keep that on as you cruise by, maybe on the back streets, but then you better still, you might want to just keep it on the expressway because you pull off on the wrong exit and the right ones hear it, now you're getting followed. And they're like, yeah, it sound good and it look good too. Let's get him. That's been a trend forever. That ain't nothing new. Why put yourself at risk? Why even, because I got to be, I don't care, you know what I'm saying? They can try me if they want to. Okay, yeah, well, that's why it happens. You know, because people out here thinking they're invincible and being stupid, man. That's not healthy behavior, people. It's not. Like I say, ain't nothing wrong with having a little knock in your car, whatever you want to do. Bump it on the highways. Bump it on the highways, bump it on the freeways. Get off the exit, tune down a little bit. Keep your music, you know. Still get, it might be, if you passing by me, hell, if you see me pass by, you might hear some doom, 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 you know, but it ain't gonna be vibrating the car. It ain't gonna be so loud that you can actually hear the lyrics outside the car. So if anything being said, I'm not trying to broadcast what I'm enjoying for anybody else who might not enjoy it. It's called respect. It's simple and plain. It's just respect. That's all it is. You know. And to a young me, I'm talking about high school me, yeah, I had my times with it. I did all this stuff I'm talking about. But I also, even when I was doing that, I had been trained in, hey man, know when you being watched, know when to turn it down, know when, you know, and I kept it reasonable. I've looked for the right time, looked for the right place. Freak neat, let's go. Turn the fuck, all I want to hear is everybody near me booming. Jump out the car and we dancing on the cars. I mean, what? That was freak neat. Lived it, did it well, damn it. You know, there's a time and a place. There's a time and a place, people. You know, if I'm at Mardi Gras, it's Mardi Gras, damn it. Turn up. If I'm at Carnival, turn the up. It's time and a place, time and a place. But back to this kid, to make my point, he out on a balcony being braggadocious, talking about how fly it is in Thailand, and everything he said was true. I knew it. I know it's true. I know. I got friends who've done it. I got people I follow who are aware of me and my channel and respect me, and I respect them, and I know how they move, and they, you know, most of them about my age, but, or older actually, and they doing it, man. They living it up. They living that life. They are out there. They overseas. You know, for a quick example, shout out to Richie Mack, you know what I'm saying? Mac is the man. From LA to Thailand, Zoom to Thailand, if you don't know his channel. You probably do, because he done been viral. Zoom to Thailand is one of the biggest black man abroad travel channels on YouTube. Shout out to him, you know what I'm saying? Him and his lovely wife, Elle, you know, they doing the damn thing, man. He living the life. But he doing it the right way, and you can see it in how he moves. He know how to move, man. He done had his moments with some crazy stuff happening, but it was not him acting a fool. He the solution to the problem, not the problem, you know? So I respect Mac. So far, so good with Mac. I'm one of his followers for a long time. I'm proud to be a subscriber there. I like his content. And, you know, and there's others. International Zoe. Zoe can get wild when he on that drink. You know what I mean? He love to drink. But even when he get a little tipsy, I don't know where that cut off. I don't know where that cut off. So again, I'm gonna shout out Ace Live. You know what I'm saying? One of the best to ever do it. So, you know, there's people who are great, saying one of the best to ever do it. So, you know, there's people who are great examples of what I mean by having candor, having respect, knowing how to move. And everything I'm saying about what I don't like to, you know, all three of them gentlemen I just mentioned can have a moment where they be some like, yeah, please, you know, but, and I know where it come from, because I got some of the same Atlanta version of experiences, but I'm not from the hood. I'm not from the worst of nothing, but I've been around everything. As I say, I'm a bull shark. I know how to swim in all kind of water. I can get in the fresh water. I can get in the brackishness. I can get in the salt. It'll all be all right with me. I got a special bladder for floating through all kind of stuff. The water I'm meant to be in. I am of big status, broad things, and give me the ocean anytime. Just like a bull shark. I'm especially indigenous to the ocean. I'm big with my thoughts, big with my ways. But I can, hey, I can survive in a river, in a whatever. I can do it. I can do it. I'm a bull shark, you know? So it's different, man. It's just different. And these kids, they need to seek examples like what I'm talking about, for real, because they cruising for a bruising the way they moving. It's like you're saying good things, but then you're backing it up with a bunch of ratchet ass attitude and energy. It's just a matter of time before you get in a situation where they can't, they say it so much, they let it flow off their mouth so much, they're gonna mess around and call somebody in another country in who ain't cool with it and don't care nothing about no, oh, I mean that as a term of endearment. I say that to everybody. Yeah, well, guess what? You little ignorant bitch. You can see how it sounds when you get in jail in Thailand. Like, don't, man, do yo, and I don't care how bad you are, you know, because everybody's a gorilla monster when they get mad. Everybody's so damn whatever, all that. Shut up. And please, there's 5-foot giants walking around in Southeast Asia. Knock your Goliath ass out with the power of David. You better believe it. And they ain't gonna need a slingshot, just they fists in their hands. Where you think Muay Thai come from? Kickboxing. What's the root of kickboxing? It's mixing American boxing with all these damn numbers and stuff. Then that's something I came to a long time ago, and this is why I stick to the formula we say around here. I say, yeah, you respect, and you might get rich before you die, because you're willing to sell your soul. You're willing to do anything. You're willing to say, be any kind of way. Don't care nothing about time or place. Those are the folk. That's why I say this for the people who sit there wondering, scratching their head like I do sometimes. Like, man, what the hell? What am I doing wrong? I mean, I respect everybody. I treat everybody with the decency I expect. I just stick to what I need to be doing, and I stay out of trouble. And you know what I'm saying? If you're anything like me, you don't drink, you don't smoke, you ain't about none of that stuff. So why is it all the folk who do all this stuff, the ones, not all, but the ones who got a little charisma, because that's all it really takes. They got a little charisma and they start understanding catchphrases, slang, whatever it is that is trending. They figure out how to blow up. They get their little rhythm, their pattern, and they do it, and they don't break script. Even if they want to be somebody else, as they evolve and get around the rest of the world and realize, man, everybody ain't stupid and acting ignorant. And, oh man, and sometimes I feel like a clown being the only one out here who's doing it. Yeah, because I know they got to feel that way. You got to feel like the one clown when it's just you, always talking loud and saying inappropriate stuff around any and everybody at any time. It's gonna make you feel, you're gonna eventually realize, oh snap, when they say the coons, they talking about you. Motherfuckers, that's what they talking about, man. It's got to hit at some point. It's got to hit at some point. But the problem is, if enough of them get it, they don't, you know, if you really pay attention, a lot of folks, man, you don't even hear about it when they do reach their demise. It's just suddenly they disappear. It was hidden for a minute. They was popular, and being in the biz in Hollywood and stuff in Atlanta and in LA, but especially in Atlanta where I'm from, I've seen how, you know, people in the casting element of it, they pick and choose. We're gonna get a few of them. We're gonna just pull a few. Make a couple examples of how, you know, you can win being like this, whatever. And then that keeps the flow going, so they don't never have to worry about when one of them gets too drugged out, drank out, hit the wrong skins, and end up with an STD, STI, whatever. You know, when they start dying off, pill overdose, whatever the case, you know, it ain't hard to go get another one, because, hey, we done created a culture. The culture. You want to ride with that dumb shit if you want to. You ain't nothing but, you're just in a line. And most people don't get through the line. It's only a few get chosen. They gonna make them rich now. Oh yeah, they gonna, remember he got that money though. You just mad because you broke. And that's the first thing, you know, anybody living by money, power, respect want to say about anybody who starts with respect. Respect, power, money. They want to, yeah, you got that money though. You got that money. That ain't everything, damn it. It comes, it goes. It ebbs, it flows. But they ain't in tune with the rest of nature. So they got no comparison. They'll catch a couple of affirmations and say some stuff to seem more intelligent than they are. But they don't live by it. They don't live by it. There's a difference. There's a difference in somebody who would go to República Dominicana like I did, and the main objective, yeah, I want to meet the honeys, I want to kick it with the chicas, absolutely. But it's quality before quantity, and everybody can't hang. Number two, if it don't happen, I'm still going to enjoy the place, the culture, the cultura. I'm going to check out this, man, this is a dream come true. This is an opportunity to see what most don't get to see, even though so many have been. That ain't everybody. And for the masses who have gone, they typically do the same damn things. Go to the same places, do the same activities. I'm talking about being different, people. I'm talking about being different. Don't you hate when the water go down the wrong way? Yeah. Damn. Yeah, I'm talking about being different for real. I'm talking about, you know, finding out about what ain't on the on everybody's damn travel vlog. Like, I don't mind mainstream. Yeah, there's some things that everybody done. But the way I'm gonna share it is gonna be way different. Like, getting back to that dude and what pissed me off about him being so ratchet while he's in Thailand giving a really great, he had great footage. I was enjoying the footage. At one point I was just, man, just cut this shit on mute. I just want to see the place because this is beautiful. This wooden temple he was in was incredible. I was like, yo, I have to see that. And the greatest thing, working on it, like you would think it was finished, it's like they adding more pieces to it. So I don't know if it's complete by the time I'm saying this now or when he had filmed that, but it was still being worked on. But as far as a complete structure, it looked to be done, and they're still adding more. And I was like, this is wow, this is incredible, man. And folk doing it old school. I'm talking about on the floor with the chisel tools and the hammer, tap, 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 doing it real. I said, man, these folk off the chain. That art, man, that's what I'm here for. I'm an artist. I want to see these arts. And that's really what got me pissed. I'm like, man, here I am, a real artist who would truly, you know, I wouldn't have just been sitting in the temple talking about, this is amazing, look what these nails did. Like, shut up, man. Your colonized, ignorant ass calling people near. Shut up. Little dumb, goofy, no. Why does this little twird, oh my gosh. Oh, how did this get there? Pookie and Ray Ray. How did Pookie and Ray Ray beat the legends from but here's where it gives me peace, right? And I sent a message to my old boy, literally, to let him know, man, I'm just so glad I know you, because he's a real traveler, and he's been to Thailand probably twice, I don't know. His dude got like 30 plus places he done been. And I've traveled a couple of things. We went on some buddy journeys, you know what I'm saying? We did a trip, my man Sherwin Brown, shout out Sherwin, man. We went to Florida one time, went fishing and stuff, stopped at the Okefenokee Swamp, got ran up out the swamp. I was trying to fish, the alligators wasn't here, and every time you cast out, they like, whatever you catch, that's me. What you got on my fish? They was deboing us. What you got on my fish? Look what you talking about, man, I just cast. As soon as you catch it, that's my fish. What? Man, that's my fish. What fish? Nothing, gator, nothing. Gators is off the chain. Watch for it. It's here. Look under ONYXCON Outdoors Worldwide. That playlist. You're going to see all the travel journeys. But yeah, this man I'm talking about, man, my brother from Atlanta, ATL, grown-ass man, real man. You know, stand-up dude. We don't sag our pants type dude. You know what I'm saying? Thanks for your service. He's a military vet, all of that. But the most important thing about his travel, this brother, I know when he moved with respect. I know when he move, he know how to come correct. I know when he move, he know how to, it's a time and a place for everything. I need that. I need to be aware of people who are moving like that more and more. Because if the Pookie and the Ray Ray start actually being able to somehow finagle their damn way into these places, man, do y'all not understand that is the very reason why the Pookies and the Ray Rays of every ethnicity, okay? Like I said, it's called different things in other folks' race. You know, there's the redneck version. There's the doggone, you know, poor white trash version. There's the Latin version. There's the Asian version. Everybody got them. Everybody got them. Everybody got a version of this mess. But as the Pookies and the Ray Rays of the world start moving about, because they see the hype and hey, we in a culture of FOMO, fear of missing out. When they feel like, hey man, I'm missing out, I want to do that too. They gonna start showing up. Maybe not in mass, because here's what happens. They're starting to block already. I've already seen stuff that said, I've seen videos from people who on ground in places in Brazil, in Colombia. They're starting to change the rules about your ability to travel there, the visas you have to have, the amount of money you gotta have. You gotta literally show them your bank account and have a certain amount of money to even be in the country. I said, God damn, like shit, damn. Now this is for long-term stay, which is, you know, which is the biggest scare that they have about some of these folk are moving there. They're like, yo, this is it. And I understand it. It all makes complete sense. Like I say, I want to be able to do that some of my days too. I really do. So it's one of the goals. We trying to get it. I want to be able to go overseas, be overseas a lot of the time in any given year. That is definitely goals. I'm one of those expat cultured people that wants to show you how to do it and show you how to do it well. Respect, power, money. Okay, in that exact order. All right. We're trying to get it like that, man, because here's the reality. It's like, this stuff is too expensive. Rent is out of control. If yours ain't going up like mine's going up, you must not live in near a major city, because everywhere is going up. As much as I'd love to have a house again, because I've had a house before, housing is out of control too. It's not a good market right now with all this inflation. It's horrible. It's never been easy, but now they're trying to make some things damn near impossible. So, you know, you got decisions to make. You got to say to yourself, damn, man, what am I working for? When you work so hard and you still never have enough to do basics. When you work so hard and you still can't truly take the full vacation you really want to take. When you work so hard and it don't make sense. At a certain point, you're just like, you know what? Y'all can have this shit. I'm going to figure out a way to not be putting all my eggs in this basket. There are other baskets in the world. So I do like the fact that, I will give this to the young man and in closing, because he did say that. In all respect, he did say he was trying to encourage, you know, friends of his, but of course, you know, be talking to other Pookie Ray Ray, man, because he's cussing the whole time and he ain't changing his cadence at all. But he's like, you got to get out and do some shit. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying, Neil, look what a Neil can do. If a Neil, that's, oh my gosh, have mercy. But he was being encouraging. Like I say, where's the endearment? Me hearing all my list of term, ain't no term of endearment, man. That ain't where it comes from. It doesn't come from endearment, and it's still not endearment. It's not. It ain't. It was never intended to be. No. It's not from the root word. It's not from negus. No, it's not. It's on the what colonization does. It's backwards. It's bizarro world. It's twisted. It's tainted. It's sullied. And it will always be so, because the frequency of how it is intended is to stay there. It's on purpose that it stays in that zone. So I ain't with it. And more as I get older, I try not to be on it at all. Like, I still hear it, of course, because I love hip hop. So I say I have a quota every day of how much I want to even hear the word. And once I get on, and you can imagine, I don't listen to a whole day of hip hop, do I? Because, man, please, after about 2-3 verses, I'm like, damn, shut up. Or try to find a clean version, because no, I don't want to hear all that. I don't want to hear all that. Not all day. I ain't putting that in my brain all day. Nope, not gonna do it. And I am annoyed when I see people who are less deserving of opportunities to go and represent us when they don't even think they're representative. Whether you want to be representative or not, you are. Because what do people, like, for a quick example, what are people who are ignorant as hell towards people and don't even have enough knowledge of what that situation is and how everybody's being played against each other? But the recent immigrant influx of people from Venezuela. First and foremost, let me say, shout out to all Venezuelans, especially any of those who are positive, progressive, and just good people, because I know some really beautiful. I mean, don't even talk about the women. Lord have mercy. Gorgeous, have mercy. Some of the most beautiful women on this planet. And inside too, you know. Shout out to, I got a homegirl that I've known for years from on being on set. We met on Black Lightning. She's married, beautiful family, kids, the whole nine. She's gorgeous. I remember when I first met her, you know, I don't know if she ever seen it. If she do, you know, it's all good. But I thought to myself, what's her situation? And then she mentioned her husband. I said, okay, cut. Ain't pushing up. Because she just naturally welcoming. I won't call it flirty. She just welcoming, just sweet, you know, in that way. I was like, I like her energy. When she told me she was from Venezuela, then I met a few other ladies from Venezuela since I met her, and every last one of them are so freaking nice. So, you know, you got this whole thing going on about the immigrants from Venezuela, they coming and they taking over, and in Chicago and New York and places like that, they all, some of the hood black folk and Latinos that were already there, the Puerto Ricans, Dominicans maybe, that are more urbanized and everything, they up there talking all this stuff about they don't like them and they got conflicts and that. What? Because somebody from a worse situation than even your worst of worst has gotten there and shown you what a real gang is? Because they got the gangs there. Oh, man, we've been hearing about gangs in Chicago since damn Al Capone. But now, it took some folk from another country who had a worse situation than yours to get there. For y'all to actually, for the first time in my life, it sounds a little bit afraid. And I'm listening to these people like, so y'all kill each other all the time, and it's just a routine anger display when there's drama like that. And I'm not saying the people who I've heard saying this were involved in gang activity, but they know people, and they know, and they're reacting to what they're seeing happen in their town. And I'm saying, so where's the sympathy button supposed to be pushed when y'all done been murking each other for years? Then somebody else gets there and they trying to settle into they talking about they squatting in the old messed up building. I'm like, so how's that hurting you? If it's just poor and poorer trying to coexist, and y'all can't coexist because y'all would rather be at each other's throats just because they interested. What they do, they push in a buffer race. Well, they giving them incentives and they ain't giving us nothing. Well, goddamn. Yeah, maybe so. That's the game. That's the way it gets played against you. But if you were smart enough to understand what's really been going on, and you know that all the years of people telling you, don't fall prey to the drugs, don't get into this gang shit and start killing each other. Because every time you mess up your neighborhoods, you're one step less closer to anything that may have been possible with incentives that were always available that you didn't even take time. With the privilege of being from here so many generations, you don't think you got to work for nothing. You just think everything ought to be given. No, that ain't how it works, man. And even these people who are coming in that you talking about that you think don't have to work, guess what? Most of them understand they got to work. Wouldn't want to work, that want to do all the crime and all the stuff that people be afraid of. Well, guess what? They're going to end up in the same situation that everybody else does on the low end of the stick. The prison industrial complex. It's a constant game to keep you stuck. That's it. That's all it is. It's not about upliftment. It's not about trying to really literally put you at one group above another. They don't give a damn about none of you. Unless you give a damn about yourself. Make yourself productive. When they say productive citizen, they really mean that. Are you doing something with your talents and your purpose? Once you just find it for yourself. Not for the government and all that. Just for yourself. And you find a way to be legit, do something legit in your life that's positive and progressive, so that everything around you is not a threat, that you can literally walk in peace wherever you are, because you lead and you live a life of respect, power, then money. Class is closed.